Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your March 16th to the 31st, 2022 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Ooh, okay. And when the cards stick to my fingers, that's when Spirit says, stop. We're actually going to put the High Priestess right there. So we have the High Priestess, we have the Tower, and we have Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. I actually feel like something has happened. So this just made me think of when I hit my head and got concussed. So not a fun experience at all, right? But it led to a deeper sight, a deeper understanding. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's like something has happened where if it wasn't for this being thrown completely out of our comfort zone, this deeper sight, it wouldn't be here. So that's really cool. That is something that wasn't nice to experience, but I mean, it's such a personal message too. Like coming forward, it's like it happened for a reason. So I do want to share that with you guys because it happened for a reason, and there is such strength now coming forward, and we're finding our balance again. We're finding our insight. We're really moving towards where we need to be in harmony and in balance with ourselves. It took things that were out of balance and said, okay, now it is time for them to be realigned. Now let's look at the energy we need to be mindful of. And this is, okay, so we have two. We have the Two of Wands and the World. So that's definitely doors opening. And we have to be mindful of the way that we are handling these doors opening, or the way that we're seeing these openings come forward. Because there is a very specific way that we need to be moving forward for ourselves. And yet we're going to be caught up in somebody else's narrative, in somebody else's story. So do be mindful about that. We then have our chakra energy. And this is listening. This is the third chakra. This is listening to our own inner voice. This is listening to the world around us. We're going to find that by listening, we actually achieve and succeed so much more than we ever thought we would. It actually is going to be like a superpower for us. Spirit is saying here, listen. And it's also, I was out today and it was a snowstorm, and I was walking with my nephew, and the way the birds were singing and the way that it echoed all around, it's like if you listen, you will be surprised at the beauty that fills your ears. Seriously. Okay, so let's go deeper into what the tarot is saying. So we have the Strength card, which is Leo energy, and we have the Six of Pentacles. There is strength in us as we're moving forward, as we're going after what we want, as we're going after what we need. We're also finding unlikely allies during this time. There is also a sense of really using our voice, of standing up for ourselves. There is a sense, Scorpio, that when things get, it's not hard, but when things are like not going well, we can have a tendency to walk away because we're like, why would I even waste my time on these idiots, you know, that type of thing. I know that's very blunt, but that's what Spirit's saying here. But yet we find ourselves now really standing up for ourselves and really saying, you know what, no, I am moving forward this way. And no, I am doing it like this. And you know what, I have every right to move forward just like that. And we're really embracing this strength, this power, this assertiveness. It's not being a bully. It is just being assertive within our own lives. And it brings us to the Six of Pentacles. We're finding balance where there once wasn't balance, where once we needed a handout or we needed help or we needed assistance. Now we're going to find ourselves being like, oh no, I got this. I got this. And we're also going to be much more assured and much more confident. And that's going to be a very big thing. It moves us then to go deeper into the tarot. Okay. So we have now the Call, which is funny because that's the card that popped up while I was shuffling, and I was like, "Oh, do I take it?" And Spirit's like, "No, not yet." Then we have the Five of Wands. This is chaos for the sake of chaos coming in. And we have the Nine of Water. The Nine of Water is a wish being granted. So there is something that our angels are really calling us towards during this time. This is something we've put on the back burner. This is something that we once were really interested in or really passionate about, but life has taken hold and we thought, oh no, I can't do this, or I can't move forward this way. And so that's going to be something that we're very much looking at during this time. Like our hearts are being led by our angels. And so to connect with that, to listen to that, that's going to lead us to a place of success, Scorpio. The Five of Wands, we're very used to chaos. We've lived in chaos for a really long time, especially the last 5 years, Spirit is saying. For some of us, it could be 5 months for others of us. But there's this sense of there has been a lot of chaos, and it has brought about arguments for the sake of arguments, fighting for the sake of fighting. And what Spirit is saying here, it's enough with that toxicity. And so now we look at the way that we need to move forward and the honor we need to have in ourselves for calm, for steadiness, for understanding. And it moves us then to really getting what we've wished for, to really embracing what we want, to really connecting with something bigger, something greater than what we had expected before. The Nine of Cups comes into play, and there's a real sense of, but this is what I've always wanted. And it can even be looking at what other people have wanted for us, and it's like, but no, this is what I've always wanted. And we are again asserting ourselves and moving forward in that confidence. So let's look here now. So here we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, I love this soulmate connection. This is a soulmate connection when it comes to money, when it comes to prosperity, when it comes to our abilities. Now, this can be embracing the masculine, feminine aspects of ourselves, but this is a real sense of, this is my wealth, this is my bounty, this is what's important to me. And we really do have kind of the Midas touch when it comes to this time. And we need to nurture it. We need to stay in this moment and say, this is what I'm nurturing, this is what's important to me, this is what's prosperous to me. Because we've taken so many of the lessons from the past that have brought us down. And now we're like, no, I'm not down anymore. I'm rising. I'm empowered. I'm emboldened. I am taking the swords that were once in my back, and they are now the weapons that I use to charge and to carve my way forward. The Ten of Swords is this darkness before the dawn, and it's this rising from the ashes. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and it's the Queen of Swords. We need to be mindful of people who speak like they know what they're talking about and don't have any information, don't have anything to back it up, and also who are arrogant and who are, caustic within their own words. This is a person who gives a compliment and an insult at the exact same time. Then we have our chakra energy, which is nurturing. This is the Earth Star chakra. We are nurturing what we desire, what we want, what's important to us in our world. And as we are nurturing those aspects, it moves us to the Strength card in the tarot. It moves us, again, we have the Strength card coming up now twice here. It moves us to walking alongside strength and to also being that strength ourselves. And yet we're not going to see it because we're going to look at the lion and say, wow, that's a super strong being. You know, it could totally take me down. We're not seeing the strength that comes from our own compassion, from our own heart, from our own understanding. And so there's somebody who walks beside us who's like the muscle, who can look intimidating, but it's our emotions and our heart that are going to set us apart, Scorpio, that are going to show our true strength. It moves us then to the Seven of Cups. This is what we dream for. This is what we want. These are choices coming forward, right? But this is a sense of, this is my dream. This is what I desire. This is what I need. And we're making the choices of, where do I put my attention right now? What is calling me? What is guiding me? What is leading me forward at this moment? It brings us then to the Fortune's wheel, the wheel of fortune. Things are changing. And it almost feels like, you know, we've spun that wheel and fate is on our side. Like something is happening. Things are changing. And we're kind of, there's a mix between going with the motions, like not going with the motion, because that's kind of negative, but it's a sense of like, well, this is where I need it to be. Like, this is how I'm moving forward. This is what I'm going after. And embracing the fact that fate has also taken a hand in our lives and propelled us in a direction that we hadn't expected. And there's also this sense of, I'm entering into a new season. I'm entering into a new way of being. There's a bit of a resistance because we don't want change. Like, even if we really want change, it's always scary and it's always overwhelming. So here, just note that there's going to be a little bit of a pullback from us, because even though for some of us, like, we're so excited, it's like we've been longing for the change. And then as soon as, you know, the new job comes in, as soon as the moving packet, you know, comes forward, or we're told that we have to move X to, you know, XYZ, we're going to find that, like, oh wow, now I'm afraid, or now I'm overwhelmed. So just being aware of that is going to be very important for us. It then moves us to the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is, I'm going to be facing a battle I faced before. Do I really want to fight? You know, is this where I want to be? And yet we're going to find that we're successful. We stand up for ourselves. We know what it is that we want. We know what it is that we're looking for. Nothing really does hold us back. And we move forward with such ferocity and such intensity that, you know, we're satisfied. We're satisfied with what we have accomplished. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the intensity, not only of this time, but of ourselves and our own transformation. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio.